Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. Dr. Nicole Brantley here, aka the Womb Therapist. So, good morning, Grand Rising. Good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you find this video. Thank you so much for tuning in and for sharing. Today, we're going to be talking about gut health and how that is tied to our mental health. So as a lot of you may know, there is a such thing as the gut-brain connection, right? So I'm going to quickly introduce myself. If you're new to my channel, if you're new to my page, my name is Dr. Nicole Brantley. I'm affectionately known as the Womb Therapist. I help women who have fibroids, PCOS, endometriosis, and those who have trouble conceiving take the option of hysterectomy and other surgeries off of the table and truly get to the root of your healing, because a surgeon can cut out everything except for cause, right? They're never going to get to your root issue. You're still going to have going on whatever it is that you have going on. And if you choose to remove a body part, it's just going to go to your next inherently weak or genetically weak space and wreak havoc there. Right? And what am I referring to? I'm referring to acid, because that is at the root of all of man's diseases, if you will. So thank you so much for being here. If you don't already, make sure you like, comment, subscribe over on my YouTube channel, where this video will be posted, as well as here on Instagram. So share, because this is a hugely important topic. Right? Gut health equals mental health. A lot of people are like, I don't know what's going on. People are acting crazy. You know, people are jumping in front of trains. People are pushing people in front of trains. I have family in New York. Even though I'm in the South, right? I've moved to the South almost 20 years now. But just the different atrocities that are happening around the world as a result of mental health issues. It is all rooted in gut health. Even you ladies who keep dealing with that same narcissist in a different body, you keep attracting the same person, right? Narcissists have gut health issues. People with schizophrenia have gut health issues. Children and adults with ADD, ADHD, oppositional defiant disorder, and the like have gut issues. It goes back to the gut. So I'm going to talk about that in some detail today. All right. So thank you so much for being here. Hit that little paper airplane to the bottom right and make sure you share this with someone that you love, all right, or that could benefit from this. Sharing is definitely caring. I can't get this word out by myself. I don't have all the followers in the world, but if you guys share this, it can reach people that truly need the message. So thank you so much for being here. All right, let's start off with saying this. And I want to, well, before I even say that, what I want to say is, when we are being formed in our mother's womb, if you will, right? The gut and the brain are forming at the exact same time. Okay? Fun fact. So that tells you that how there is a connection. They're forming at the exact same time. Some people like to call our gut our second brain. I like to call it the first brain, because really, in my opinion, this controls this. When you correct this, this is corrected. Okay? But if you want to call it the second brain, it doesn't even matter. Just know that it is that important. So the gut is the center of health, the center of dysfunction, as well as the center of illness. So we need to make sure that our gut is in order. I shared out on my page, there's an actual post if you want to go back to it. Make sure that you check out How to Hack Your Health. It is a Netflix exclusive documentary, and I love it because it speaks in layman terms. It doesn't talk over your head. It is an easy to understand documentary to help you truly understand your gut microbiome, what microbes are, how our food is broken down, why we have parasites in the body, what bacterium is designed to do, and the like. Okay, so make sure you watch Hack Your Hormones to understand about your gut health documentary on Netflix. I am not paid to tell you that. This is not an ad. Just want you to be in the know, right? And I want you to hear it from experts who speak to you in your language. A lot of the times when something's scientific, people talk right over your head. You miss it. You don't even get it, right? So get in the know. These are the things that we need to be understanding and studying so that we can maintain our wealth. I believe people are dying at rapid rates and at way too young of ages because we are ignorant to the fact of what it is that our food in America is doing to us, right? We are eating to die essentially for the most part because we don't understand the gut, the body, the chemistry of the body, the organs, the glandular systems, etc. All right, so the gut is the center of health, dysfunction, and illness. If you want to know why you're sick, take a look at your gut. Take a look at your gut. So focusing on gut health helps you to eliminate diseases at the root, right? I just told you a surgeon can cut out everything except for cause. I know so many people getting their gallbladders cut out, getting their tonsils removed, removing their wombs, right? Constantly getting hysterectomies, over 600,000 performed annually, usually due to fibroids, and fibroids are totally reversible. Okay, so if you focus on healing your gut, you can focus on eliminating disease at the root, okay? As well as helping to maintain your health for the long term. So, how do you do that, right? Everybody's like, how do you do that? How do I fix my gut? Detoxification is key to helping heal your gut. But, there's a caveat, okay? But, which doesn't negate everything before the but detoxification is the true key to healing the body, right? But I'm going to tell you my story. I was detoxing with my groups for years. I was still tired. I was eating high raw. I was on botanicals or tinctures, if you will, flower essences, herbs, all kinds of things, right? Supplementing with things to get what my body needed. And my gut was still not repaired. I was still tired. I wanted to take a nap. It could cause me procrastination on certain days, dealing with lots of chronic fatigue. And I just chalked it up to I'm an entrepreneur. I take 20 things off of my list and I add 25 to 30 more, right? I'm up, I go to bed late, I'm back up early. I was attributing it to certain things as far as my lifestyle was concerned. And while those things could have contributed, what I did do was, and this is about 3 years now, I went on what's called the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation Kit. It was a journey for me, right? And within 3 days, did y'all hear me? 3 days of doing that, it was like the clouds parted. I didn't even know I had brain fog, right? I'm driving down the street. I'm seeing things clearer. I'm like, was that there? I always drive down this road. I never saw that before. The brain fog lifted in 3 days. Brain fog is connected to damaged and destroyed guts. Okay? So I was on this journey. I was taking these superfood supplements and superfoods essentially. And I really hate to call them superfoods, but they're grown in regenerative soil, grown in a very good way, giving me everything that my body needs because most of our soils are depleted, right? So, man, it was a huge, significant change. It was like the best decision I could have made for myself. I was like, oh my God, I have even more energy. I have mental clarity that's out of this world. I'm not procrastinating. I'm knocking my to-do list out. I'm getting stuff done. I'm not hungry. I'm not in the pantry. I'm not in the fridge. I'm not looking for snacks. I was literally nourishing myself, restoring my gut. I was getting amazing deep REM sleep, having lucid dreams. I realized, and that is when the connection hit me, soil health is determines our human health. And the soil's not great here for the most part. But where these superfoods that I was consuming they're grown in regenerative farms in California. They're not sprayed. There's no fillers. There's none of the things, right? And so it literally changed my world. I lost weight in places that I was like, dang, I didn't even know I need to lose weight there. People thought I was in the gym. They're like, do you have a personal trainer? I'm like, no, I'm on some aminos that are burning fat, creating lean muscle, and tightening up my skin. They're like, you look amazing. I don't know what you're doing. I just told you. So we have to understand. And then within that kit, there's a product that helps repair the gut, that helps get what's known as glyphosate out of the body. Glyphosate is in many things, so many things. Okay. And it damages and destroys the gut. Another gut destroyer is heavy metals, and we're going to talk about trigger foods that disrupt the gut in just a minute. But heavy metal toxicity is at an all-time high. Ladies, it's in your birth control. If you eat a lot of seafood, it's in that. It's in prescription. It's just in a lot of stuff, right? And so essentially we're damaging and destroying our gut and we don't even know, right? And food alone is not going to repair it, because I learned that through experience. So detoxification is the key, but your gut may still need further repair even after successful cleansing. And that is my story. And my life has been forever changed since. And there are times that I will go off of what that for the thing that I was taking for my gut. And then there's times that I will reintroduce it. I don't want to keep bombarding my gut with that. When I feel good and I have energy and I'm not feeling chronic fatigue, I am off of it because I know I don't need it. But if I know I've been partaking in things that could be potentially damaging and destroying my gut, then I'm going to bring it back in to clean things up. So let's go into trigger foods that disrupt the gut. First and foremost, caffeine. Coffee, to be in particular. Chocolate too, but coffee in particular. Not only does it damage and destroy the gut, but it also wears down those adrenal glands. And your adrenal glands are responsible for so many things. They metabolize sugar. So ladies, if you're having chronic yeast infections, you probably have weak adrenal glands. They help metabolize iron. So if you're iron deficient or you have a diagnosis of anemia, your adrenal glands are weak. Stress can wear your adrenals down. But that's one of the trigger foods, caffeine, coffee in particular, that's going to damage and destroy the gut. Let's talk about that line wrapped around Starbucks. Let's talk about that line wrapped around Dunkin' Donuts. People are addicted to coffee. Addicted. I can't start my day. You see the mugs out there. Don't call me and don't talk to me. Don't say a word to me unless I've had my morning cup of joe. Don't speak to me before I've had coffee. It's a real addiction, but it is damaging and destroying the gut because coffee is a 1 on the pH scale, meaning that it's highly acidic to the body. It's going to stop the movement and flow of lymph in the body. It's going to lock in. Not only does it create acid, but it locks in acid. And then you become acidic from head to toe. And then you have all of these issues. And you're like, I don't understand why. One of these gut triggers. Okay. Another one is sugar. Refined sugars disrupt the gut, the balance of your bacteria in your gut. Okay? You want to get fat? Consume sugar every day. You want to be swollen? Consume sugar every day. Immediately when we put refined sugars, I'm not talking about sugars from fruits like grapes and oranges and watermelon, because people get that twisted. And if your doctor tells you to not eat fruit because you have diabetes, or don't eat too much fruit because it's too much sugar, fire them and run. They don't understand the human body. You need fructose to fuel your brain and your body. We need that sugar. We need those carbs. It's simple carbs, simple aminos that the body knows what to do with, and it computes it as information and it handles its business. Anything else that it doesn't understand, it computes it as inflammation, right? And it sets off all of these red flags in your body. So sugar, again, refined sugar disrupts the balance of bacteria in the gut. That is how it damages and destroys your gut. So that's why it's a trigger food. In addition to it being completely addictive, the number one addictive food on the planet, or it's not even a food, drug on the planet, more so than cocaine. And it's legal. And every time you're cashing out at a store, you see a bunch of it right there at the checkout line, right? So be mindful. That is something that you should be eliminating from your diet. And I know some of you are like, raised hand, Nicole, every time after I eat, I have to have sweets. Oh, I have a sugar cravings. I have a sweet tooth. You have lots of parasitic activity in your body that you need to clean up. Detoxification and deworming is something that needs to take place. So, quick plug. Monday, June 3rd is our next detox program. I don't know when we're going to do the next one. Okay. So we're going to be phasing out of the monthly detox programs at Fresh, and we're going to be moving into 2, maybe 3 a year, leaning towards 2. Okay. big detox programs, but the one that's coming up is a raw food group detox program, coming in and learning how to incorporate raw foods into your diet and keep your day mostly raw. And for those of you who have been in my groups before, we're going all the way raw. For people who are like, oh, can you break me in easy? You will be allowed to have one cooked meal a day, but it is going to be fruits and vegetables only. Okay? So get your mind right. And if you're not ready, you're just not ready. It's okay, right? But you have to come to a place where you decide, commit, and succeed that you are ready, because tomorrow is not promised. We cannot keep beating up on our bodies and just putting junk and crap in our bodies and expecting it to perform optimally. It does not work like that. You're going to wake up and feel like the ceiling is falling in. Oh, everything is breaking down. No, it's been accumulating and accumulating and accumulating. And now the body's like, I'm done. All of your elimination channels are like, I ain't got nothing for you. You're blocked. You're not sweating. You're not moving your bowels. You're constipated. You're not filtering enough through your kidneys when you urine through your pee. Like, come on. We got to do better. So June 3rd, Monday, June 3rd is when the next detox program starts. But get in now. Let's prepare mentally. Come into the group. Know what it is that we're going to be doing. Understand all of the program details. Okay, and if you want more information, go over to my website or click the link in this bio here, or the description box down below if you're watching from YouTube. ilovebeingfresh.com/book-online. If you don't want to do all of that, ilovebeingfresh.com. Click on the programs tab when you get there. Go read the program description to understand exactly what this program is designed to do and what you're going to be benefiting as a result of being a part of this 30-day raw group detox program. It's the reset, the restart, the jump start that you need. It's just the beginning. Okay? Don't think you healing your body in 30 days. This is just to get you to form new habits. But you have to start somewhere, right? And not continue to make excuses and starting Monday. And I'm going to start Monday. And once I get past the weekend, and okay, I'm going to start Monday. You got to stop doing that. That's self-betrayal. Do you love yourself enough to eat the right things? Eating well is a form of self-respect, right? Nobody's saying be perfect. Perfection is an illusion, but you have to stop making excuses and start disciplining yourself to do the right thing. Okay? So another trigger food that disrupts the gut is dairy. Dairy can cause digestive issues such as bloating, gas, and diarrhea. It creates skin conditions. If you are dealing with severe acne, cystic acne, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, you name it, take out dairy and watch how your skin health will begin to improve almost immediately. It is very mucus forming. It is very clogging to the skin. It is very fatty, and it damages and destroys the gut. I just told you that all of your issues, if you're sick, it starts in your gut. That's where it takes place at. All right? So you want to eliminate dairy. You want to eliminate glyphosate. And you're like, what is that, Nicole? It is found in corn and wheat. So anything in a bag, box, jar, can, or container that says corn, soy, wheat, put it back. Read labels and learn to put stuff back. I can't have that. It has wheat in it, right? Because what does wheat contain? Wheat contains gluten, and gluten can cause inflammation in the gut. I know that it does, right? Especially for people with non-celiac gluten intolerance or sensitivity, and those who have celiac disease. You're going to especially feel it, right? But most people who don't have the sensitivity don't feel it, but you still should not be contributing or bringing in gluten, because eventually you're going to have sensitivities. It is eventually going to damage and destroy your gut over time. Okay, so glyphosate is found in corn and wheat products. Like what, Nicole? Cereal. Cereal is not for human consumption. Get it out the pantry. Get it off the top of your fridge. Stop feeding it to your kids. Stop eating it as a snack. There's nothing good for you about cereal. Well, when I look on the side of the box, it says bioflavin and niacin, and yeah, that they synthetically put into that cereal, because it was stripped and it was bleached, right? And then they put it back into the cereal. So that's why cereal is not for human consumption, because it's created in a lab. Essentially, it's made in a plant, but not made from plants. All right, so glyphosate, heavy metals, birth controls, uh you're going to find it in your seafoods and things of that nature. It can be found in prescriptions. Heavy metals can come in from many different places. The thing is this: it damages and destroys the gut. When you see kids with ADD, ADHD, ODD, they have damaged and destroyed guts. When you correct that issue at the root, you start to see improvements in their behaviors. If they have behavioral issues, if they have trouble with listening, sitting down, getting kicked out of school, getting expelled from school, being aggressive towards other students, you got to correct the gut. Okay, that's the brain and gut connection that I was mentioning. Alcohol has no place in the human diet, and we glorify it here, in the United States, and women in their wine, and people in their liquor, et cetera, et cetera. We really need to work on not making alcohol like this beautified thing. Like, oh my God, alcohol is so amazing. I went to go look up this restaurant that I came across. I thought it was a restaurant. It ain't nothing but liquor. It's a whole bar. All right. So alcohol damages and destroys the gut. It's full of sugar and it's full of acid. Breaks you down, gives you a big belly, makes you feel depressed. That's why it's called spirits, right? It's a downer. We could go on and on and on, but that is another trigger food that disrupts the gut. Deep fried foods and processed foods are another one. So listen to this: too much fat, especially saturated fat. Eating too much meat and high fat dairy can change the microbiome, or the microbes in your gut. This is why that is a trigger food and creates gut issues. So a healthy diet is not enough. Gut health is directly correlated to your mental health. We do not have to wait to get sick before we get healthy. We don't. In fact, stop waiting for illness to invite in wellness. Okay? Because too many of us do that. Well, we got to die from something. Well, that's a real pessimistic attitude to have. Yes, we do have to die, but don't you want to have a quality of life while you're here? You want to be sick and not be able to enjoy your vacations and your trips and your money and your children and your family? You're always in the bed. You're always sick. You don't want to open the blinds. Like, that's no way to live. All right. So we got to work on the lymph. We got to work on the glands. We have to clean up our head cavity. We have to correct our endocrine system, our nervous system. We have to deworm. We have to get rid of the wrong kind of microbiome, the wrong kinds of parasites, and get rid of fungus. We get fungus in the body as a result of improper food combining, right? It causes a combustion. It leaves behind fungus. And I'll get into that in another video, where I'm going to talk about gout and some other things that are plaguing a lot of people in our community. All right, I want to say this: but the pituitary gland controls all of the other glands. So when you have schizophrenia, that is a gut issue. You want to focus on the adrenals, the thyroid, the parathyroid, which is the endocrine glands, and clean up the brain's pathways. Okay, we want to clean up the brain's pathways, because I worked with a client who reached out to me when she was pregnant, and you can't take that medication when you're pregnant, and she was so concerned about outbursts and behavior and how was she going to be. We got to focus on the gut and stop being so dependent on these drugs and taking on these diagnoses and diseases like they're our own. My schizophrenia, stop saying that. My diabetes, stop owning that. My fibroids, my this or my that. That's the first step. Stop owning it. It's not yours. It is what you have been diagnosed with. It is a symptom of a bigger problem, because you are dealing with issues internally that reflect outwardly as a result of diet and other things. So your endocrine glands are connected to the etheric bodies, aka your chakras. We're not going to get into that today. Glands are nothing but cells and two fluids, and that's blood and that's lymph. So your mental health equals hormonal and steroid problems. It can look like depression. It can look like anxiety. It can look like moodiness. It can look like narcissistic personality disorder, schizophrenia, bipolar 1 and 2, ADD, ADHD, ODD, all of those things, right? So It's specifically with narcissistic personality disorder, it's a combo of gut issues and endocrine system issues that need to be addressed. ADD, ADHD, ODD, again, high levels of toxic heavy metals present in the body. You can go to a lab and get tested for heavy metals and see if you have toxic heavy metal poisoning. A lot of the times that's the case. We're giving our kids all these Cheetos, Doritos, Takis, Taco Bell, all of the BS, Wendy's, all of the drive-thrus, processed, ultra processed crap full of chemicals. Okay? So gut dysfunction is at the root of most of today's health problems, no matter the proximity. You got an issue with your foot, it's related back to the gut. You got an issue in your head, it's related back to the gut. You got an issue in your hand and your arm, it's related back to the gut. So it doesn't matter the proximity from your gut that your issue is, it's related back to the gut. We have to restore gut function. Leaky gut, that's a sign that your junctions are not tight. They're loose. And so food is able to pass through. Got to correct that. All right. So it all connects back to the gut. So be sure if any of these things that I spoke to you about resonates deeply with you and you're like, ooh, I got to correct my gut. I got to get on my job. I have to fix my 5 elimination pathways. I got to get things moving and flowing. I got to correct my lymph. Guess what? Get in the June 3rd program now. Don't wait till June 3rd. You got to order a kit. You got to get acclimated. You got to decide, commit, and succeed, right? So you got to mentally prepare to be there. Be sure to book a consultation. That's another way to get in and get these things going and get things corrected. This is just a jump start to your healing journey, people. Right? It's not the end all be all, but it is a jump start. But when you start with the gut, you will begin to see amazing results. So if you would love to work with me on healing foundationally, because you got to heal the foundation. A lot of these things that I named, the endocrine system, your nervous system, all of those systems, things are going to take time, right? I'm going to have you fill out an intake form that's going to tell you, is this something that's good with this person? Is this something that's cautionary with this person? Is this something we need to address right now? So we're going to be working together for a minimum of 6 months, but you got to start somewhere. All right. So be sure to reach out, join the June 3rd raw detox, the raw the raw food group detox program to learn how to keep your day mostly raw, to learn how to incorporate raw foods in your diet. What does that look like? How am I going to feel? Am I going to have reactions and responses? Like, get over there so you can get in the know. Get your kits ordered so that you can have 2 of your meals taken care of and you can be like, oh, I'm satiated and I'm nourished, right? So thank you so much for tuning in today. I don't see any questions. Your gut health equals your mental health. I hope this was helpful. I hope that you learned something that you can take right away and implement. Queen, I don't want to jack up your name. KIDON says, great info. Thank you for your wisdom. You are most welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Mrs. KJ said, would love to know more about the upcoming Raw Cleanse in June. Go to my website, ilovebeingfresh.com, click on the programs tab, and when you click there, you will see a detailed description of the program and what's all to come. So thank you guys so much for being here. You can leave a comment on the thread of this particular video, and I will come back and answer it because right now I don't see any. You're most welcome, Moroccan323. Thank you so much for being here. Do you provide recipes or shared by members? Yes, we will be providing recipes in there. We will ask that members also share recipes that come across, they come across and they're going to, consume. So it's a very participatory group. You're going to be sharing out the things that you're eating and drinking. Okay. So yes, there's going to be many recipes that are shared out there for you to help you along this journey. I don't tell people what to eat. I don't give specific meal plans, but I do give meal ideas. We can find a ton of them all across social media, but yes, meal ideas, smoothie recipes, juicing recipes, and the like will be shared there to help you along that journey to be successful, along with your kit contents that have nourishment in there for you to partake in. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you're just tuning in, this will be reposted. Make sure you tune in and watch it from the beginning. If you don't follow me over on YouTube, make sure you go and do that. I am Womb Therapist over there. There are other videos over there other than the ones I record here on Instagram. I'd love to see you over there. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, hit that bell notification, and be sure to follow and share this content over here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Dr. Nicole, aka Womb Therapist, is signing off. You guys have the most amazing weekend. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Bye for now.